What is up, boyo?
Oh, boyos.
This is the Loner Gamecast, where we discuss that everything is video games. This week we're talking about... what are we talking about? We're talking about Ubisoft, we're talking about Hideo Kojima, we're talking about some Bethesda shit, and so much more. My name is Jake. That over there is Nick. How you doing, Nick?
Doing all right. I'm doing just fine. You know, hard day at work. It's getting hot. It's getting hot out there. It's summertime.
God.
And
summer in Phoenix, bro.
Bro, it's like 90 something.
How about the weather out there, huh?
It's a dry heat, but you know,
yeah,
gotta make some money, and you know, we can continue the show and eventually move to bigger and better things. And
I love the optimism. Last week's question. What do you think will come out of the Epic versus Apple trial? Of course, last week we talked extensively about the Epic and Apple trial. If you want to,
that was like the only thing we talked about.
Yeah,
well, that and a certain Sony trial.
Yeah, but if you want some more insight into that, you should definitely go check out that episode. I'm actually pretty proud of that episode. It's
number 50. That's a monumental one.
Yeah. I like that episode.
50. Yeah.
We got an apple. We got an answer here from Cooking for Group. He says, I don't think it matters who wins Apple versus Epic. It's $2 billion companies fighting over if one gets to make extra money off the other. If Epic wins, then it'll make V-Bucks slightly cheaper unless they decide to keep the price the same and pocket the money Apple was taking. If Apple wins, nothing changes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably true. Honestly, if Apple wins, Fortnite's just never coming back to iOS.
No, yeah, there's no reason. There's no reason in hell to go back to iOS.
And honestly, if Epic wins, it's not coming back to iOS either. I don't think the game's ever coming back to iOS.
But the thing is, if they win, it might spark another argument for another trial about how Apple is doing their business.
Right.
If they actually are monopolizing on, like, you can put your shit on our store, but you can't have a store for yourself on our store because our store has to make more money than your store. You know?
Right.
We get all your profits because it has to be through us. So
yeah, and it brings up a whole bigger question of, like, if Apple's doing that, that means that Sony and Xbox are doing the same exact thing. Right. So it's just sort of...
Right, so... I think it's more of like a can of worms that we're peeking inside of right now. We're just like, what could be going on? And then, you know, it's I don't know if Epic is going to, if they win, if it's going to pop that can open and all this shit's just going to fly everywhere, just like just fly everywhere. But I think it could be like the straw that broke the camel's back, and then we could see some changes in, you know, firstly, mobile gaming and how shitty all those business practices are. Yeah. But it could have some implications.
Yeah, I think ultimately nothing's going to change. I feel like Apple's probably going to win this too.
You think so?
Yeah, just knowing how things go, like, they're going to stand behind, like, it's Apple's store and they can do whatever they want.
Yeah. But it's also Epic's store, and they can do whatever they want.
Right, but Apple doesn't have to allow Epic to put their store on their store, right? So,
right.
And it's their product. The iPhone is theirs. So I think ultimately, like, they have more of a legal standing, from my opinion. Also, not a lawyer, so what the fuck do I know?
Right.
Yeah.
Also, not a politician, but fuck capitalism, because it's kind of broken at the moment.
Yeah,
it needs to be fixed.
I don't have the answers either.
No. Whoa! That's like the first. This is like the first episode we don't have the answers. Hold on, it's coming to me. Epic's gonna win.
Oh!
And it's gonna change everything. It's gonna change the whole thing, the whole game.
We've got conflicting answers here.
Yeah, Fortnite's going to be back on the Apple Store, and they're going to have their own store, and Apple's going to have to suck a butt for it.
What if this prompts Epic to make their own phone? and like
I could see that.
ecosystem on the phones.
I could see that, but
I could see that
not
too.
at first. Not at first.
Might be kind of cool to like have a very gaming centric phone.
I mean, they have those already.
Yeah, but they're all shit though.
Yeah,
they're all shit.
What if you get your like? Because I could see Epic doing this. They could, buy your Epic V phone, or I don't know what the fuck they'd call it. Get your V phone, and then and then you get it, and it's got preloaded all of the shit that's on it, and you get like exclusive stuff. Like, oh, you get this Fortnite umbrella thing that you fly down, and you get a Fortnite pickaxe, and what the fuck else does Epic have?
That's it.
It's just Fortnite.
Just
so
a phone made in Unreal Engine.
Made in Unreal Engine?
Yeah.
Like you get the asset of a phone in the Unreal Engine? Oh, okay, cool.
And then they 3D print it off of Epic 3D printers that were also designed in Unreal Engine.
Why don't we use 3D printers to print phones instead of aluminum?
Because it's plastic. It's like
most phones are plastic nowadays.
What?
And the aluminum's not much stronger.
Most phones
My
are
phone's
glass.
plastic.
My phone is
phone's plastic. I don't know where it is.
Mine's glass is all fucking broken up and shit.
Yeah, see? You wouldn't have that with plastic. And if you did, you just fucking go pop, pop, and then put a new case on it.
That's true.
That's what we should have.
They
don't want that.
They want it to break.
It would cost them like 2 cents to make, and then you'd like spend $10 for a new phone, pretty much, and you just pop the internals out. And
speaking of which, I really want that for my PlayStation. I want new covers. I hate the look of these.
I wish you brought that up a little bit later, but yeah, the covers need to change. It'd be cool if they weren't so like, if they were like rounded at least a little bit.
Even if they just had like some sort of cool design on it, I'd take it over this.
White.
That brings us to what you've been playing. What you been playing?
Returnal.
That's it.
I beat it, actually.
Oh, did you?
I did.
You actually beat it?
No. I beat the final boss. So I don't really want to spoil it here, but you beat the final boss, and you go through like a cutscene, and then it's like, hey, you're not actually done. So it kind of starts you over, but in a different. All of your levels go up. So you're like level 15, and then you just start from level 15 from then on out.
Oh.
And the environments change more so than they did before.
That's pretty cool.
It's really cool the way they did it. It's like, here's a cutscene to explain what's going on, and it's much harder. It's much, 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 much harder. And good luck. Here you go. So I'm in technically the second area. I haven't gotten to the boss in the second area yet. But yeah, it's really good. I fucking love this game. I love it. It's so fun.
10 out of 10. Would watch again.
Yeah, it's probably up there. Like a 9.5 maybe. So far.
That's high praise.
It could go up, it could go down, but so far it's a 9.5. I like it a lot. What you been playing, my guy?
Over the past week, I've been just slamming Miles Morales. I was meaning to, play Miles Morales and then like switch between Miles Morales and Returnal. I just got so caught up in Miles Morales that it's all I played. Played a lot of it on stream. I beat the game. I also platinumed the game in a week.
Oh, my man.
Hello.
In a week. One single week?
Yeah, 1 week, baby.
God damn.
It's the 1 week platinum. That's the Loner Cast guarantee.
What?
Yeah, that's my 14th platinum. But I really like it. It's really good. I don't think I like it as much as the first Spider-Man, but as like a little side story thing, I like it a lot. I think it really develops Miles' character really well. I really like the dynamic between him and his uncle. I think there's some really interesting stories to be told there. As like his arch nemesis is his uncle, like that. They could have some really cool like Charles and Magneto sort of dynamic there, you know, where it's like they're enemies, but they have like a deep respect for each other or whatever. Like,
right.
I could see that in the future. Maybe not in the game, but like
that's,
in the comics,
that's
like
kind
that.
of how. That's one thing that Spider-Man has above any other superhero, right? Is like solid fucking villains.
How dare you, Batman?
Okay. Every villain in Spider-Man.
What? You gonna shit on Batman's villains?
I'm gonna shit on all of them except Joker.
What? What about the Penguin?
Yeah, there's no respect there. Dr. Freeze, there's no respect there.
Mr. Freeze?
It's just Dude, Mr. Freeze.
Whatever.
Batman's just like, I'm gonna put you in a jail cell.
That's not true. Freeze the planet. Mr. Freeze is like a scientist, and he's a very compassionate villain. Like he's a sympathetic villain. Come on.
I don't think so. Mr. Freeze has nothing.
Just because you've only seen the one with Arnold. Even the one with Arnold, it's like, oh, he's sympathetic a bit, but whatever.
He's a fucking Thanos. He's like, we're on the Ice Age.
But it's because his wife or whatever.
Yeah, okay. Sandman is the same bullshit.
Sandman's great too. I love Sandman.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying though. Like,
I love Spider-Man's villain.
You got fucking Venom. Venom's kind of
he's kind of lame.
Weird ones. You know? Lame. But the people that Venom infects is kind of interesting. You got the best friend who turns out into
the Hobgoblin.
You got the Green Goblin, who's his dad. You got your mentor, who's Dr. Octavius.
Other mentor, who's the Lizard.
Right? Yeah. So Spider-Man, that's the thing about Spider-Man. It has like these very close relationships with the enemy. Yeah. And they just pull it off so fucking well in this game.
Yeah, they do that with
and the first one too.
They do that, yeah. The Tinkerer in this game turns out to be his best friend, Finn.
Yeah.
Slightly
spoilers. I mean, you can see it coming from like the first mission. You're like, I know who Tinkerer is.
They reveal it in like the first mission, though. In fairness, so
yeah. So it's like, oh, okay, I see where this is going. But still, like then they kind of go back and they're like, you're my friend, and I don't want to hurt you, but this is my path and that's your path, so just stay away from me, and we'll just stay away from each other because I don't want to hurt you. And it's Spider-Man. He can't let that happen. They have like better than everybody. They
have like a whole like Last of Us 2 where they walk through the museum. They have that kind of scene in this game where it's you and Finn walking through the museum together, and you get to see Peter Parker in there. Oh man, I was like, it's the guy. It's Peter Parker. It's Peter Parker. And Doc Ock.
But this is before they know. Knew about Spider-Man.
Right. Yeah, I know. Right. That's but the other. Go ahead.
No, you go.
Okay. The other thing I really like about the game is, well, this game is primarily focused on Miles, like heavily, like it is Miles' game. Like Spider-Man, he's out of town.
He's out of town.
He's busy.
He's helping Mary Jane do some photography bullshit.
But they never let you forget that Spider-Man, Peter Parker, is the shit, and he's like the coolest dude.
He's the coolest fucking dude.
He's the best, and they don't let you forget that. Even though like Miles has like more powers, I guess, than
right. Well, yeah, he can go invisible, and he's got like the
electric shocks or whatever.
Yeah,
they don't let you forget that like Spider-Man, the original one, is still the shit. He could still probably kick Miles' ass. And like every time that Peter shows up or has like some dialogue, you're like, this guy's so fucking cool. I can't wait to see him again. Like, I hope the next game is both of them and like you switch between the two characters.
Oh, I hope the next game introduces like it won't. It'll be a setup, but I hope they do a Spider-Verse sort of situation.
I don't think they're gonna do Spider-Verse, but like
they could. They could not Spider-Verse as in like different dimensions, but Spider-Verse as in like different Spider-Men. It's not just Peter Parker. It's not just Miles Morales. Like, there's universe, other people. Like maybe Mary Jane gets bit, and they introduce Spider-Woman. Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. It'd be really cool.
I'd love a Spider-Gwen game. Like if the next game is Peter and Miles and they're doing things together, which I imagine that's what it's going to be. But I think the next game is still going to be primarily focused on Peter. That's my guess.
Right. Yeah.
But like if they do that, and then at the end you get the teaser with Gwen, and then like
she has her own game.
You get like a $40 Spider-Gwen game, and then you get the next Peter Parker game, which is like the big one. Yeah, I'd love that. I'd love if that's how they do it.
As long as he's still alive, if he's not alive, because technically in this one he's supposed to die, because that's why Miles Morales like rises up, because like Peter Parker's dead and Miles Morales takes over for him. Right? You're looking at me like
I don't know. I don't know the history of Miles Morales, honestly.
Okay, so yeah.
I always thought he was just a different dimension. But I don't know.
No, I think it's the Peter Parker in Miles Morales' dimension dies.
Okay.
And that's why he's Spider-Man. I don't know. Anyway,
you think they're gonna kill Peter in the next game?
I thought they were gonna do it in the first one, even. Like,
no, they don't. I didn't think that they want another game with Peter because he's so cool.
He's so cool.
He's fucking cool, man.
He's so cool. Even the character redesign. What did you think of that? Did you even notice?
I did notice,
since you haven't played the first one in a minute.
I did notice they made him more boyish. They made him like cuter, I guess.
We have a friend and his name's Dale.
He looks just like
fucking Dale. He looks just like Dale, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, they made his cheeks like chubbier and like I don't know, like more. I kind of like the original design, but I got used to this one really quick.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like,
it's fine.
I don't know why they changed it. He looks younger, and I kind of don't
weird
like it because
he's supposed to be like in his 20s, his like late 20s, right?
Yeah, so it's kind of strange that they made him look younger, and I'm like, okay, whatever. But you get used to it real quick. And there's a scene where they're like sitting on the building together, and before I realized they were sitting on a building, I'm like, who the fuck is that? Oh, it's Peter Parker. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah,
like, yeah. It was just strange jumping from that to that, but you get used to it.
Yeah, I thought the game was great. It's really short, which that's why it was $40. But there is like a lot of things to do though. Like, so like if you want a like full fucking game, you've got a full fucking game there. Like if you want to get the platinum, like it's gonna take you like a good 20 hours to do.
I have to say that the extras, the like little question marks on the map, are better than the original ones. I found.
I think they're pretty equal. Yeah, they felt pretty equal.
You don't have Screwball screwing with you, or do you? Do you have Screwball? No, you don't. Screwball's not in this one. Yeah, where she has like her. You didn't play the DLC, did you?
I didn't play the DLC.
She's in the DLC a lot.
One big problem I have, and this is just for like trophy hunters. So if you're not a trophy hunter, I don't know, fuck off. But like,
all right, please stay non-trophy hunters. I don't trophy hunt either.
The biggest issue is that they have a trophy for New Game Plus, which is annoying. But for this game, it's not a big deal because the story's so fucking short. There's like 6 or 7 missions, but like. You can't skip the cutscenes.
Yeah.
You can skip some of them, but like most of them, you can't skip. And it's like, bro, that's a bold move to like add a New Game Plus trophy, but not have skippable cutscenes. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. I didn't know that.
Yeah, upsetting. But the story's so good that it doesn't matter much. I do like the story a lot. It does feel a little rushed in places. Also, little bit spoilery here. But Finn's brother, right, Rick, ends up dying. Spoilers. And that's why she becomes like the person.
Tinkerer.
But they were hinting at him having some sort of disease that Roxxon was like,
at fault for.
At fault for, and they kind of hint at that, and they never really explore that much. And I wonder if there was more to that, and they cut it out of the game because of COVID. I wonder if there was like a whole like subplot of people getting sick and like
they already had that though.
Pandemic sort of thing.
They already had that in the first game.
Yeah,
but I think it would be like a little too much if I don't know.
It was just weird. It was a weird move that like they hinted at this, but they never really explored it, and then he just like gets murked by it. It almost felt like that scene where he dies was added.
He was just dying. He was
right.
Just, like he had like.
But wouldn't it have been more
liver failure, but in the worst, like the super liver failure?
Wouldn't it have been more like heartfelt if it was like he died of the disease that Roxxon gave him, and then like Finn is like, okay, now I need to stop them. But like together they were already working on like stopping them.
Yeah.
But like, what if it's like he died because of them and this disease, and now she's trying to get them? I feel like that would have made more sense.
But then you wouldn't have the character development for Troy Baker's character.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be this is your big bad of the game. It would be this company is the big bad of your game. Like you're not fighting a person, you're fighting.
You'd still have all the stuff with him and like the Roxxon army or whatever, and you'd still have everything would be the same except for that one scene where he dies. Yeah, but yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. I thought it was really good. I'm excited for the next Spider-Man game, like really fucking excited.
Yeah, they're so good. They're so fucking good. Insomniac does it right.
And there's some jank as well to the game, a little bit. This has turned into a Miles Morales spoiler cast out of nowhere, but that's okay. There's some jank to the game, but I don't mind it that much. It's fine.
Like what was janky for you?
I don't know. You just like clip through things sometimes.
Okay, so you're lying. Okay, cool. I'm just fucking with you.
No, you clip through things and you like jump off of things. I don't know. It's a little janky. I feel like this is a game we'll come back to in like 10 years and be like, oh, this is a little janky.
What suit did you use to do the new game plus?
Oh, the black and gold one. It's just
black and gold one.
It's just
you didn't want to go with the bodega cat?
I do like the bodega cat, but I prefer that black and gold one. It just looks so cool. I also like the one, I don't know if you got this one, but if you do all of the his uncle, what's his uncle called? The Prowler. If you do all the Prowler stuff, you get this Prowler suit.
Yeah, that one's okay.
And it's like green and purple. I really like that suit too.
I think my favorite one was I really liked the Daft Punk one. That one's pretty cool.
That one's cool.
I used that one for a while.
There was one, the weird like robotic sort of one. And literally, like if you do a finisher, like fucking legs come out, and you do like a different kind of finisher. That threw me for a loop, but it was really cool.
The same thing with the bodega cat one. If you do a finisher in the air at some point, like the cat jumps out of the backpack and scratches them on their face, and then like goes back in. Yeah, it's super cute, and So I'm assuming there's more like specific ones, but yeah, those were cool.
Yeah, it's a great game though. Really good,
super good.
Play it. Yeah, apparently it's selling really well.
That did turn into a little fucking spoiler cast.
Yeah, probably gonna clip that out and post it on the channel by itself.
All right, that's cool.
Let's get into the titties.
Just imagine titties.
A screen
squeeze.
A squeeze of
titties.
Imagine a screen wipe of just anime titties right now. These are the little tidbits
just
of
news. A bunch of them, or just like one picture.
I see like 3 different pairs of just bouncing.
Oh, they're flapping too.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be funny?
That would be funny.
One day I'll program that, but I'm too lazy. These are the tidbits of news that we want to talk about, but they don't deserve a full news segment. First thing, EA Play Live 2021 will be a virtual event on July 22nd E3 is June 12th through 15th. So, EA Play is a month after E3 proper. So
that's weird.
Go.
Just holding back.
I imagine. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, just holding back from the rest of them. They're like, we're too cool to be with E3. We're gonna take our time with this.
I imagine that they weren't expecting E3 to happen, and then they're like, "Oh shit, E3's happening. Our shit's not ready till July, so they're doing it in July."
I can see that. Okay.
Yeah, our new Maddens and shit or whatever.
Yeah. All the sports.
Ubisoft games will now include an Ubisoft original subtitle.
Stupid. Why?
I feel like this is a brand management thing.
But for what reason? Just to be like, oh yeah, Ubisoft, it's on our case like 6 times.
Yeah, you know? I think the reason literally is because Ubisoft has gotten a lot of bad press lately. You know, with all the sexual allegations and the crunch,
and the bullying and whatnot,
all that shit. But if they say Rainbow Six Siege and Ubisoft original, it's like, oh, I like Ubisoft, you know, and people will just start forgetting. I think that's their thought process. I think it's a marketing thing. What's
really funny about like calling something original is like Ubisoft hasn't had anything original in a very long time. Like I think Siege is the last thing that was like original.
Well, and even that is Rainbow Six.
Well, I know it's a Rainbow Six game, but it's like the gameplay itself is different from anything else.
Well, you can argue Valhalla is different than, you know, whatever.
Than Assassin's Creed Origins or
that's true.
The other ones that are just like it. Yeah, I don't know. True. I don't know. You could say Origins is an original because it
changed the
kind of goes off a tangent on what Assassin's Creed is, but. Yeah, I don't know. All their games are climbing up towers and synchronizing. How original. I don't
know. Skull and Bones will now be released in 2022, 2023. Originally announced at E3 2017 with a 2018 release. As that date crept closer, Ubisoft delayed it to 2019, 2020, and 2021. To 2022. Oh my god, dude.
I remember they have this game already. This game exists. It's called Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Yeah.
How are they this how is this possible?
Yeah, and in Black Flag it always felt like a mini game, and I feel like that's what they're running into is like this game just feels like a mini game. There's probably like, you know what I mean? Like how do you make this?
The hype for this game has got to be zero. At this
point, it is now.
Right?
I remember it being pretty fucking hyped up at that E3 when they announced it.
4 years ago, Jesus Christ! I remember that.
I do too.
Like,
yeah.
What? That was when we had E3. Remember that when E3 was a thing.
Remember
when E3 was a thing?
Yeah. I don't know. This game will come out eventually, but I feel like it's gonna be bad.
I feel like it's just going to get canned eventually. I feel like 2023 is going to come around and they're going to be like, fuck it, just cancel it. Work on something else.
I don't know, man. Yeah, they're either going to cancel it or just release some bullshit.
Because at this point, the engine is 4 years old that they're using it.
Right.
That they're using on it. So it's like, if you push it back farther to 2023, that's 2 more years. That's 6 years. It's almost a decade old of an engine that you're like, shit's not gonna. You better not sell this game for $70.
Right.
You know, like this is an old game at this point.
They will. You know what the move would be? Would be to like release it on. I don't know. They have some sort of weird app thing, right? Like Ubisoft.
No, I don't think so.
I thought they were starting their own streaming service. Weren't they doing that? Or their own like Game Pass sort of deal, like or like EA Play. Is that?
I knew what they have like that shop where you buy with points. The Ubisoft Play or Uplay.
Yeah, Uplay.
But that's not like a streaming service.
I feel like Ubisoft would be the one to do that sort of deal. like a Game Pass, but only Ubisoft games. I could see that.
You know, I could see that too, but I don't think they would do very well, and they would quit it pretty quick.
I feel like it'd be a lot like EA Play, and they'd probably partner with Game Pass at some point too.
Yeah.
Anyway, Play at Home 2021 update, free in-game content and more. This comes from the PlayStation blog. Let me pull this up real quick.
You know what's funny about this? I already know what it is, but what's funny about this is it says free in-game content. There is not a single thing that you get in-game from doing this. It is just avatars and themes.
There is some in-game content, specifically 5 double XP tokens in Call of Duty Warzone. That's available from May 20th at 10 a.m. Yeah, so there you go.
I stand corrected. There are 5 double XP tokens.
Starting May 17th, 2021, the following in-game content and virtual currency is available for free via PlayStation Store from Monday, May 17th at 8 p.m. To June 7th. Rocket League, the content you're getting in Rocket League is PlayStation Plus pack, includes 4 unique customization items, including Blue Notch wheels, Blue Smoke Boost, Blue Rocks Trail, and the Trimpact BL player banner. There you go. Brawlhalla. What's up? What'd you say? Did you say something?
You good?
Did you say something?
Oh, shit. You froze.
Oh, god damn it. We're frozen. This happens every goddamn episode. We're just going to keep going. Brawlhalla Play at Home pack includes the Rayman Legend unlock, Sir Raylot skin, and axe and gauntlet weapon skins, Shrug emote, and Grim sidekick. Destruction All-Stars, you get 1,100 destruction points. MLB The Show 21, MLB The Show 21 10, the show packs. NBA 2K21, the Play at Home pack includes My Team Series 2 Amethyst, Damian Lillard, 5,000 My Team points, and more. Rogue Company Play at Home pack includes the Kyoto Undercover Ronin outfit and 200 Rogue Bucks. World of Tanks, World of Warships, twice the Courage pack for World of Tanks, Modern Armor, this bundle includes 5, whatever. Warframe starter pack includes 100 platinum, 100,000 credits. So there you go.
Cool. I don't think you should have done that.
Why?
But that's just like, there's just a list. I'm just saying. Just a little critique right here. Just in episode critique. That was a lot of just blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, well, some people listen to what I'm saying. Unlike
not
you.
Me.
Okay.
Not me.
I was just reading the content you're getting.
I can't wait till we're in the same room. Then I can just slap you.
Whatever, man. A PlayStation Curator page on Steam has now gone live, where Sony can highlight all their game under one page. All their games under one page. That's interesting. That just kind of means that we're going to see more PlayStation games on Steam. That's what it means to me.
That's what it means.
Yeah.
It's absolutely what it means.
Yeah, once we see like The Last of Us on there, I think all bets are off. I think we're just and I think PlayStation partnering with Steam is it's a good move. It's a good move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
New controllers. PlayStation showed off some new controllers. I was underwhelmed by them. Nick likes them.
You get a black one, you get a red one.
Yeah.
If your favorite color is black, you got a black controller. If your favorite color is red, you got a red controller. Cool.
Xbox also showed off some new controllers. I think they look pretty hot.
I didn't see that.
They you can change the back plates and looks good. Xbox is really good at customizable controllers. They've always been so good at that. They had that like controller.
Yeah.
What was it? It was like a workshop.
It's like a controller lab.
Yeah. That was really cool. I always like that.
That was cool. And then you can customize your own controllers
to
whatever color you want. Was it expensive?
It was, But worth it though if you're getting like a custom controller, because they had to make them all to order. So like, yeah,
right.
It's more expensive. Let's get into the news. Clemba?
No.
No. Okay.
It's gone. Done. It's forever gone.
Ubisoft. We're talking a lot about Ubisoft today. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's an Ubisoft day.
It's an Ubisoft day. Ubisoft says it's changing strategy to focus on more high-end free-to-play games. This comes from Tom Ivan at Video Game Chronicle. The company provided an update on its game development strategy during its full-year earnings call on Tuesday, when it said it intends to be less reliant on AAA releases as part of its overall product mix. Quote, in line with the evolution of our high-quality lineup that is increasingly diverse, we are moving on from our prior comment regarding releasing 3 to 4 premium AAA games per year, said Ubisoft's chief financial officer, Frederic Doujois?
It's Dougwet.
Duggett. Quote, it is Doug. It is indeed no longer a proper indication of our value creation dynamics. For example, our expectations for Just Dance and Riders Republic are consistent with some of the industry's AAA performers. Additionally, we are building high-end free-to-play games to be trending towards AAA ambitions over the long term, he added. Quote, this is purely a financial communication evolution and doesn't change the fact that we continue to expect high cadence of content delivery, including powerful premium and free-to-play new releases. Posting on Twitter, one of Ubisoft's senior analysts claimed the company's comments were in reference to free-to-play becoming a larger share of the revenue pile, not an indication that there will be less traditional paid games like Assassin's Creed. They wrote, the content mix is expanding, not changing. A good comp is the evolution of Call of Duty since Warzone. I mostly wanted to steer the convo away from free-to-play games, as replacing AAA paid games to free-to-play games is going to be an additional way to experience some of these IPs.
So,
go ahead.
So what's happening in this is Ubisoft is like, hey, we see you, Activision. We see you, Fortnite. We see you, Epic. We see you, Apex. We're gonna jump on this also. We like money, and we like having little baby kids pay for our shit.
Yeah,
and it makes good money when little baby kids pay for our shit and pay way too much for our shit. Remember back in the day? This is a little tangent. Back in the day when Morrowind first came out, right? And there weren't any DLCs. But the first ever cosmetic DLC was for your horse. And I don't remember how much it was. It was like $7, I think. And people were up in arms about it. They're like, what the fuck you expect me to pay for a skin on a horse? What is this bullshit? So they're like, okay, whoa. But yes, you're paying for a skin on the horse. And now that's all you fucking pay for. It's like, okay, here's the game. It's free, but also all of our skins are $20. So if you want a skin, you got to pay for another game pretty much entirely. And I find that ridiculous. And a lot of these games, you're in first person, so you don't even get to see those skins.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's my soap fucking box right there.
Soap fucking box.
Yeah,
I think that's true. Like I remember, like it used to be like part of the game was unlocking skins. Like that used to be a big part of video games. Yep. And I remember like NBA Street. That was the whole fun, was just like unlocking the alien costume. We've talked about this before.
Any of the Tony Hawk games.
But I feel like the messaging on this is very confusing. Right. Because I remember, I think we even reported on it last year. They were talking about how Ubisoft wants to deliver 3 to 4 AAA titles a year, right? So be it Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, whatever the fuck it is. And that was their whole thing. And I think what they have found is that is pretty costly, and it costs them a lot of money. And they're like, how about we just release some free-to-play games? How about we do that? And I know right here, Ubisoft's senior analyst or whatever says, like, this is an addition to the games. But that contradicts what it says earlier when it says, we said that we want 3 to 4 premium AAA games, but we're going to actually do more free-to-play games.
More free-to-play games.
Instead. Like, they're straight up contradicting themselves. And what this is the senior analyst saw the outrage, saw people being like, hey, that's some bullshit, huh? And he's like, no. Think of Call of Duty Warzone. That's a free-to-play game, but they're still releasing Call of Duties. And it's like, right, but that's not what you said.
Right.
So,
but
there's just some mixed messaging here.
What I get from all this is don't fucking trust Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Like, why even release something that says this? Like, why? Just to confuse people, just to be like, yeah, we're gonna do it, but we're not gonna do it, but we're thinking about. I'm just thinking about it. I'm just thinking about it. We're just thinking about it. And then, honestly, do you remember how many Ubisoft games came out last year?
I remember Watch Dogs.
Okay,
I think that's it.
I don't even think that came out last year.
It did,
but I don't think so. Yeah. But anyway,
it did. It came out like a week before Cyberpunk or whatever.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, Watch Dogs. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I was thinking Division. Yeah. So how many games were AAA games last year that Ubisoft did? Like, who the fuck is counting? Who the fuck is going, oh, this year Ubisoft only released 3 AAA games, but they published other games. Like, nobody's gonna fucking care. It's like, 3 to 4 premium games, whatever. Just put out whatever you're gonna put out. Like, why do we have to have a number to it? Why does it matter how many games you're putting out? Like, I don't know. I don't know who this is for. This press release.
I remember they were holding off on a lot of games, right? Because they were like, we're gonna release all these games on. Oh yeah, Mortis Phoenix Rising. That's right. They're like, we're gonna release all these games for the new consoles, and then COVID hit, and I think that fucked things up because Far Cry was supposed to come out last year, and
right.
I'm sure they've also been developing Beyond Good and Evil for fucking ever, and I'm sure that's taken a hit because of COVID as well. And they're like, what if we just made some free to play games? But like, I don't think that's gonna work out for them in the long run because I don't think anyone's gonna care about their free to play games unless they have something really compelling.
Didn't they release a free to play game already? It's called like a Fortnite like game. Oh, Battle Royale. What is it called? I think it's like Hyperscape. That's what it is.
Right, I remember that. Yeah.
Is that doing well? Like, I haven't heard anything about that.
I don't think it is.
And they think that that's gonna somehow be different with other free to play games. Maybe they're making more money. Maybe they're like, oh, this is actually working. Maybe. And not even a whole lot of people are playing it, but it's giving us more money anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't get it, man. It's such a fall from grace for me because like I used to really love Ubisoft. Like,
yep. I
loved those early Assassin's Creed games. I loved the Far Cry games. Rayman is classic. Hell, I even I just beat Mario Rabbids this year, and I love that game. And like these are the kind of experiences I want from Ubisoft as well as their Rainbow Six games. And they're like, instead we're gonna like make some bullshit like and like, hey, those Assassin's Creed games you love, we're gonna sell them every year until you're just sort of burnt out on them, and then we're gonna completely change the format, and now you want another Assassin's Creed in that like the classic Assassin's Creed, but they won't release that now.
Right. Now that it's been like 6 years since they've released one, it's like, please give me one. No, we're just gonna stick with the thing that we've been releasing every year so far. Because
completely changed the formula. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ubisoft is just the weirdest company, man.
I don't understand it. It's like they're thinking with their asses.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, let's just see. They're throwing like darts at a dartboard, and it's got a bunch of ideas. And they're like, well, this is what other companies have been doing. Let's see if this works. And it just, I don't know. Maybe somebody ought to buy them out. Somebody ought to be like, all right, Ubisoft, just fucking go to sleep. Just go to sleep. Nobody likes you anymore.
Yep, but we will see what actually happens soon. I'm still hopeful for Beyond Good and Evil. Like, I hope that game is good. I don't know.
The ambition of that game tells me that it's going to be very bad, considering what Cyberpunk has gone through already.
Yeah, dude. Games are too ambitious. We just want them to be fun, man. And like Spider-Man is like a great example of that, I think.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say, just give me more Marvel Spider-Man.
Right. Like, it's just a fun game, but it has a good story too, and like the visuals are good. They're so focused on systems, It's like we just want fun. Ratchet and Clank is probably, I haven't played it yet, but it's another example of like, it's just a fun game.
Yep.
We're not so that's a whole other conversation. But
why? It sucks. It really sucks that these little kids are getting into Fortnite and they're spending $6 million every year.
You're such a boomer, dude.
I know, but like these fucking kids on my lawn ruining my video games. Fuck them. Like, it sucks because like that's how people make money, and people just keep falling for it. It's like, if you didn't sell out and fucking buy, NBA 2K points to level up your guy in my career, we wouldn't have this fucking problem.
Right.
I
would love another like NBA game that wasn't the way it is now. Like, just a normal fucking NBA game, not with like trading cards and like some bullshit. Like, no, like a legit game that isn't bogged down with like My Hero shit. Like, I don't even know. Like, it's the biggest thing is like, don't give money to homeless people, because if don't give money to homeless people if you hate seeing homeless people on the street. It's the same sort of situation. It's like, if you don't give them money, they won't show up. So stop giving them money for shit that you don't want them to do. It doesn't make any sense. I don't back that message. But anyway,
don't give money to homeless people. Just flip them off as you drive by.
Yeah, don't do that. We love the homeless here. Hideo Kojima meeting with Drive director Nicolas Refn sparks speculation about next game. This comes from Austin Wood at Games Radar. Metal Gear Solid and Death Stranding director Hideo Kojima recently sat down with Drive director and accomplished film writer Nicolas Refn for an extended chat, which has sparked speculation and hopes of collaboration among Kojima production fans. Kojima recently tweeted about his meeting with Refn, calling it an energizing 2.5-hour discussion. Kojima's personal assistant shares some more shots of the two working together in what looks like more than a friendly catch-up. And Refn later shared Kojima's tweet with a simple, "All we need is love." I think that's interesting. Do you find this interesting? How do you feel about this?
I don't know what Drive director is.
He directed the movie Drive, starring Ryan Gosling.
The movie Drive.
Yeah, Nicolas Refn is a very well accomplished film director. He did the movie Neon Demon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that we're gonna get Ryan Gosling in Hideo Kojima's next game.
I don't know. I have a theory. A theory. Okay. My theory is, and first of all, Drive, great movie. Fucking love that movie. It's a really good movie. Neon Demon, absolutely garbage. Garbage tier film. Horrible. Anyway.
Okay. Was that your theory?
My thought is maybe Refn, he's a great director, and I know Kojima was talking about Kojima Productions being more than just video games. Maybe Kojima and Refn are working together on a movie. I don't know what the movie would be. I have no idea. Or maybe they're gonna write a video game together. But
dude, maybe they're just buds. Maybe they just like, hey, you're a good director. I'd like to pick your brain a little bit. And the other guy's like, dude, yeah, I play your games. Let's sit down for brunch and have some avocado toast, And then I just had a good discussion. Maybe it just won't even turn into anything.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, it could be that. And this could just be a nothing burger. But I don't know. Yeah, you've never heard that?
I've never heard that.
You've never heard of a nothing burger?
No, what is a nothing burger?
It's just a figure of speech.
Oh, okay.
Here, I'm looking it up. Nothing burger. It's a noun, informal. Nothing burger. Something that is or turns out to be insignificant or lacking in substance.
Oh.
It's actually in the dictionary.
Oh, have you looked at the pictures on Google Images for nothing burgers?
Ooh, it's just pictures of fucking hamburger buns.
It's just buns.
Holy shit. That's really funny.
That is pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, this could be nothing, but also I put it in here just because I think it'd be pretty cool if like Kojima wrote a movie and Refn like directed it, because Kojima's never like directed a movie, so maybe Kojima's like, I want to make a movie but I don't want to direct a movie.
Or maybe he's like, I want to direct a movie but all I know is video games, can you help me direct a movie? And
could be like that
co-directions.
Could be that. Yeah.
Drive 2.
I just
Electric Boogaloo.
I hope not. I just know, like, when Kojima started Kojima Productions, he specifically said, like, I plan on this being more than just video games.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd make a lot of sense to me for Kojima to make a movie. This man's been trying to make movies and video games for years.
He's made many movies and video games.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 4 is just a movie, but it's got little video game bits in the middle of it.
Yeah, Death Stranding is a fucking movie. I love that game so much. It's so fucking good. Yeah. Anyway, I would love to see a movie. I'd love to see a movie. I wish it could be Metal Gear, but he doesn't have the rights to that.
It'd be really cool to see what kind of idea he has for the silver screen, if you will.
A Death Stranding movie. That'd be
Death Stranding movie.
Weird. I don't know how
or
you
just
make that work.
Like just something that's from his brain, like Death Stranding's from his brain, but like something different,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something. Yeah.
Like not based off a video game, but like based off just whatever the fuck he's got in his brain.
Yeah, and
that way it's not a video game movie, but it's a movie made by or directed and made by a video game person. Yeah. Guy. Video game guy.
Next piece of news here. Don't hold your breath. Oh, go ahead.
Would you want to direct a movie? Do you think that you could do that?
I would love to direct a movie. I don't have the
expertise. Kind of movie would you want to? No, but I'm saying, like, if you had the opportunity, what movie would you want to? What kind of movie would you want?
I'd want to do like some sort of like high drama, like.
Really?
Yeah, where like people are like crying on set constantly. Like
you get off on that shit, don't you?
Yeah, I feel like I could I'd be more of it if I was a director. I'd be more of an actor's director, where I'd be more focused on the actors than like the camera angles and stuff, you know.
See, I'd be more like a Ryan Johnson, no, not even like a Ryan Johnson type. I'd want to like jump all over the place and be like, what can I explore? It would probably be like an adventure movie for me, like a oh, it's slipping my mind. It's the Lost Ark, Raiders of the Lost Ark. What is that?
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
Okay.
Thank you, Indiana Jones. It'd be like an Indiana Jones sort of film, as what I think I would want to direct.
My movie would be like a couple in a bathroom, and they're breaking up,
and that's it. That's it. It's just stuck in a bathroom, and
they're brushing their teeth, and they're like, I don't think this is working. Like a very a human moment between two people, very intimate scene. Gray, like a green color palette over the lens, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, very, very emotional, very, very touching. That's the kind of movie I want.
So like very like noir.
Not noir, just like a French film sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like blah, sacre bleu. I don't think this is working. And it's like she's like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. I could see you directing like an Indiana Jones, though. I think you'd pull that off really well.
I'd want to do that. Yeah, I think I would have like a mental breakdown with all the fucking stress and shit.
Oh yeah, but you're
once I get the first one done, then I'm used to it and I'll figure it out. And
And you're also an artistic man, so like you could do like storyboards really well. I'm not very good at art, so I don't think I'd be very good at storyboards. So like, I'd need like a simple sort of structure to work in.
I don't know how directors work, but like if I could just like say something and be like, hey, art directors, I'm looking for a monster that looks like this and it has this and does this. Can you please draw it for me? And they like draw it. I'd be able to like pick out like what I like and what I don't like into a cohesive vision that all makes sense together.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm good enough to be like, you know, writing a whole story about it. I could put together a world really well, but I don't know if I could write a story. So I'd have to have a writer.
But you know, like yeah, same. I don't think I could write a movie. Yeah.
I mean, I might be able to help, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, next piece of news.
Yeah,
good
tangent. That was fun. That was a little cute little thing.
Cute little thing. Don't hold your breath for Bethesda's Starfield on PS5, PS4. This comes from Sammy Barker at Push Square. It's been the saga of the past 6 months or so, and Microsoft has already made fairly clear that it will not be sharing Bethesda's riches after potting out $7.5 billion for the publisher. PlayStation fans, perhaps in a stage of denial, had been hoping that intergalactic RPG Starfield may still make the cut. However, especially when you consider that it's likely spent a large chunk of its life targeting Sony systems, there was, ironically, strong speculation that the Japanese giant had tried to buy timed exclusivity for the title, similar to Deathloop or Ghostwire Tokyo. Well, it's not happening. That's according to chatty venture beat scribe Jeff Grubb, at least. The talkative reporter, who's leading a kind of double life as a Microsoft mole these days, wrote on Twitter, Starfield is exclusive to Xbox and PC, period. This is me confirming that. Naturally, this has led to all sorts of social media commotion that you're better off avoiding, like the plague. Grubb didn't elaborate on his sources, but he has a razor-sharp track record when it comes to Xbox-related rumors. Presumably, he knows someone high up in the company's hierarchy. It's a shame because there's absolutely no question Starfield would have been in development for PS5 and PS4 up until fairly recently. But once Microsoft coughed up a big wedge of cash, its status was always in doubt. Perhaps the biggest disappointment of all is that this will almost certainly be a permanent exclusive. At least when stuff is timed, you know there's hope eventually.
Damn.
Yeah, that's kind of what I expected, honestly. Yeah. Like I know Xbox has been out here saying like, oh, Bethesda games is still gonna come to PlayStation. It's cool. But I think what they're saying is the games that have already been announced for PlayStation are coming to PlayStation. Those other games are not coming. The next right. Elder Scrolls, that's not coming to PlayStation.
Hell no.
Starfield, not coming to PlayStation. The next Fallout probably won't come to PlayStation.
So you know what this means, though. We gotta build PCs.
Yeah.
Come pretty soon, next year or two. We gotta build decent PCs.
Yeah.
That can run this sort of shit.
I plan on that.
Yeah. So if we can ever get our hands on a graphics card,
open next year.
But yeah, we knew this was coming. You know, we fucking knew that was coming. It was just like, yeah, Xbox bought Bethesda, and they don't want to be dicks about it and be like, yeah, like Ghostwire Tokyo and Deathloop, those aren't coming to PlayStation anymore, bitches. You gotta buy a whole new console that's impossible to find, and but they're like, but everything else that we haven't announced is, yeah, easily. This should be a titty, in my opinion.
Dude, fuck off.
Okay, fuck you. All right.
I think it's a big piece of news, like the fact that I mean, Bethesda has had a relationship with Sony for such a long time. I mean, just looking at Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo, but even beyond that, like, you know, Skyrim, like all these games came to Sony consoles. Morrowind, you know, was their first like kind of dive into console gaming, and like, yeah, they specifically made it for the PlayStation. So yeah, it's just sort of, it's sad because not everyone can have both consoles, and I think most people are going to pick that PS5. And I wonder what this means for the future of Bethesda. Are the games going to be as huge as they were, or are they going to, I don't even know. Like, what is that? When I think of a Bethesda game, I don't think of like an exclusive game.
An exclusive game? Yeah.
I think of something different. And like, when I think of like an RPG, I don't think of RPGs when I think of exclusives. So maybe they're just changing the mold.
It could be.
But for me personally, like, I didn't really care for the last Fallout game that much.
No, me either.
I liked it fine. It didn't hit that hard for me. And like Skyrim I was never that huge into Skyrim. I played it. I liked it. It was okay. That's kind of how I've always felt about Bethesda games. It's just like, they're okay.
It's just like, yeah, they're fine. I'll play them.
Yeah.
If there's nothing else to play.
So it really doesn't affect me much. It probably wouldn't even convince me to buy a computer. I just want to do that anyway. And if I have one, I'll probably play Starfield when it comes out. But if I didn't and it came out, I don't think I'd like lose sleep over it. The one thing that I'm like kind of saddened by is Doom. The future of Doom. I'm a huge Doom fan. And knowing that those games are probably never coming to PlayStation again is kind of sad. It's kind of sad. And same with Wolfenstein. Those are great games too. Like, because it's not just Bethesda. It's their side projects too, like those. And
right,
so,
yeah. So but the thing about Bethesda is it's a lot like Ubisoft for me. It's like, yeah, if a game looks interesting, I'll pick it up. Or if my friends are playing it and it's multiplayer, I'll pick it up. But it's never like, oh, Bethesda's releasing a new game. You know, I'm never like, I don't think Deathloop looks very interesting. Looks very
excited about that game.
Deathloop doesn't look to be my style yet, because I don't know anything about it.
It's a roguelike, dude. That's totally your thing.
But is it?
Yeah, it is.
It seems story-based rather than like...
Well, it's a story-based roguelike.
I don't see a roguelike.
Like
I feel like there's gonna be a way to do it. It just doesn't...
It's gonna be like Hades. Like,
you think so? I don't think so.
I think it is.
But
like, the further you get in the dungeon, it's the more it unlocks story-wise. Yeah.
Ghostwire Tokyo looked really cool when they announced it with the teaser trailer, and then I saw the gameplay of it, and I'm like, yeah, this looks fun, but probably won't pick it up, you know? So like that's just kind of the way that I've been with Bethesda games as of late. Like Skyrim was the last game that I really dug into, and I put multiple hundreds of hours into different consoles just to be, because it's on everything. You can play it on Alexa. Um, so it
I was a
does.
big fan of Fallout 3.
Fallout 3 was great,
It
but
ruled.
that was like the end of it, right? That was like Fallout 3 is really cool. And if Fallout 3 was only on Xbox, I'd probably be an Xbox guy at that time.
I was anyway, but
I was too, but then I switched over to PlayStation, and it's like, oh, there's much more shit on here that I actually do like, and that's kind of like molded me as who I am. Like Death or Returnal is not on Xbox,
right.
and that's like my bread and butter. That is me. That game is awesome. It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I've always been more of a like platformer kind of guy. So like Spider-Man, Ratchet and Clank, those are my shit anyway. So I mean it's sad cuz like I'm excited. I was kind of excited about Starfield just cuz it's like something different for Bethesda and like
yep.
an RPG a Bethesda RPG in space sounds pretty cool.
Sounds buggy as fuck.
It does, but it sounds like it does sound buggy, but it also sounds like I could deal with that bug because that sounds kind of cool. It sounds different and like
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
behind that.
it's a new setting, and it's cool that they're reaching out to do something else, and then
Yeah.
they get taken over by Microsoft, and now what? Now what is it going to be?
Less buggy, I bet.
Probably, hopefully,
Yeah.
one would hope. Yeah,
Well,
we knew this was coming, though. We knew this was happening as soon
yeah.
as they pulled the trigger on the purchase. We're like, all right,
Well, what to look forward to next week? We've got
real.
we've got a few game releases here. We've got Metopia, which is coming to Switch on May 21st. We've got Rust, which is coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Finally, May 21st. Biomutant, which I know you're excited
Hell
about.
yeah!
No, you're excited.
Hell yeah!
PS4, Xbox One, and PC on May 25th.
Yep.
Are you buying that day one?
I will wait for reviews. If the reviews happen to come out before it releases, probably. But if they don't, then I'll sit on it.
King of Seas comes to PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. I don't really know what that is. Maneater is coming to Switch May 25th. Do we have any recent reviews, or is there just?
I do. I've got them pulled up. We got the Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
Oh right, yeah.
Because that just came out on Friday, and it has a 90 out of 24 reviews. So
Wow.
not a whole lot of people have gotten a chance to play it just yet, but that one will probably move around a lot. I'll keep you updated as the weeks go on.
Yeah, because that's a lot of game to play.
Yeah,
so I'm sure
that's like 600 hours of game.
Yeah.
This one's pretty good. Hood, that game that like got that soft drop that we've totally spaced on. Hood Outlaws and Legends. It's sitting at a 66 of 45 critic reviews. And 24% of critics recommend it. So that's not doing too hot either. That's not doing too hot. I don't know if we went over this last time. Resident Evil Village or Resident Evil 8 has a 84 score of 84 out of 141 critic reviews. So that's still doing pretty fucking fantastic. But that's it. That's about it. Nothing else really stood out. And for the question for next week, I've got it. You don't even have to cue me in. I got it right here. If you were to direct a movie, what kind of movie would you direct? Also, if you've thought about this, what would the name of your movie be? If you've thought about it, just curious. Just curious who out there would love to direct what kind of movies. Jake would love soap operas.
Yeah, I'm a big soap opera fan. Make sure you check out the other Lonecast shows. We got the Chicken Core podcast, which is every Monday. We got the Spoiler Cast, which are coming out seemingly every Wednesday, but there might be other drops or whatever. We got other things coming to the channel too soon. Follow me on Twitter.
We just did an Iron Man spoiler cast. That should be coming out pretty soon.
Yeah, that'll be on Wednesday for sure.
So there you go. Look forward to that.
Make sure you check us out on Twitter. I'm at emergencypizza_. Nick is at fatal_microwave. I do all the stream drops on there, so if you want to know when we're streaming, go there. Also, I tend to post new videos and stuff on there. I know YouTube's pretty unreliable about telling people when new drops come. Twitch.tv/lonercast. That's where we are right now. And yeah, that's the show. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.